It looks like the Imperial Guard have upgraded their command squad retinue to include the full 5 members, so which means that they're in tier 2, and they're also going for a few upgrades of their Imperial Guardsmen, so it looks like they'll be relying pretty heavily on them. Can't see any vehicle. Okay, there we go. So finally got a mechanized command going down. And with the Necrons, they don't seem to be at tier 2 yet. But what they have so far has certainly been pretty effective. So we have a battle finally been joined in the middle. Ghost turret has gone down. Mentioned that much at the very least. Yeah, we're just seeing the Grey Knights retreat. So that was a bit of a... Actually, yeah, I was going to say that might have been badly planned, but it might turn out they might just use the Grey Knights to draw in the Necrons and the Imperial Guard in, but yeah, the thing is, once drawn in, they just kept on going, really. Still, they have managed to do quite a bit of damage with the heavy bolters, although Necrons did a pretty good job with keeping their squads alive, so that ability you saw that went down was actually the phase shifter ability. We also got some fade ones popping up as well, which actually makes himself and nearby Necron units invincible, so pretty valuable indeed. But yeah, unfortunately the Chaos Space Marines are being completely boxed in, so they've got absolutely nowhere to run. They're just getting torn to shreds by the Imperial Guard, while at the same time getting ripped up at close range by the flayed ones and the Necron bolts. So fortunately they have a Chaos Rhino that has come in to hopefully whisk them away. And yeah, they also had a Chaos Sorcerer do quite a bit of damage against those rather fragile Imperial Guardsmen as well. So the problem is the Necrons now have pretty much full access to Space Marine base. How many defences we're seeing the upgraded listing post, the Grey Knights, and the Chaplain who's retreating. So Chaos Space Marines might have been able to save, or at least they might have been able to save their transport and men if they hadn't got disabled by that Curse of the Machine Spirit ability. But yeah, unfortunately the Space Marine base is just going to fall by the looks of it. Although Necrons for some reason are retreating, I'm not entirely sure why. The only significant opposition they had was the Chaplain and the Grey Knights, and they certainly had more than enough units to deal with that. Okay, Space Marines have been able to put a bit of distance between themselves and the Imperial Guard, but as you can see the Chaos, the Command Squad, should I say, are hot on their tail, so to speak, so it's forcing them into a bit of a retreat, but at the same time it is providing the Space Marine base with a bit of breathing room, so we'll see if the Space Marines might be able to pull something out, but doesn't look like it's at the moment. And here's a pretty significant unit coming out. That's the Chaos Predator coming out, and with some nice guns indeed, as you can see. And well, actually had a second Chaos Predator come out as well, but as you can see it got disabled, so if Chaos Space Marines want that vehicle to last, they certainly have to put some builders on it, so it looks like they might be retreating it while pushing this one forward. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, they're just keeping both vehicles in the fight. Perhaps they realise that well, they need everything they can at the moment. But if they're able to maybe hold the Space Marines, to hold the Imperial Guard and Necrons back a bit further, they might have been able to repair the Chaos Predator, or at the very least, they could have maybe pulled them back a bit and then sent some builders who can ironically repair vehicles as well as build. But anyway, who can send some builders to repair those vehicles from behind. But yeah, unfortunately, we've seen both of them get torn up. So that's pretty significant loss actually. Two Chaos Predators. They cost quite a bit of money, and they got some pretty heavy armaments to boot as well. So having them out of the game could cost Chaos their base right here and now. Actually, even with Space Marines doing a pretty good job. Just going after the, well, harassing the Necron players base, but it's not really make much difference. Because eventually the Necron army is going to catch up to them, and they're not going to be able to do much against them without getting utterly destroyed. And as you can see, what the listening post on the Chaos Space Marine base has fallen. They're also getting bombarded. It's interesting, actually shooting through the mountain there. That Sentinels shooting through the mountain. So yeah, they're just getting bombarded from long range with 4 Sentinels at once, something you don't see too often. Now building a Hell Talon, which would be pretty good against vehicles and buildings for that matter. And they They actually managed to put it out at the same time. That's incredible. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't know how much difference it's going to make. They're still up against 4 sentinels who are just bombarding the base, and a whole bunch of infantry, and a command squad who can just disable vehicles just like that. Although, unfortunately, they've only disabled the Chaos Rhino and not the Hell Talon. So the Hell Talon is able to do a bit of damage, but it's up against 4 sentinels with fancy laser beams. They're just cutting up any vehicle and building that they approach, as you can see. And yeah, it looks like that Rhino is holding a Space Marine, Chaos Space Marine contingent as well. So, and a Sorceress, so unfortunately they're getting torn to shreds as well. That's what's happening in the Necron base. Got Space Marines putting up a pretty good fight, or at least a distraction against the Necrons, until they've quit basically, leaving the Chaos to fend for themselves. So yeah, unfortunately we have seen another one-sided battle, rather relatively quick one at that, at the very least. So have to see what happens next game. So yeah, what the hell? I'll commentate on one more game. So that'll be on Lucian, I think. I'll have to check that. But yeah, in any case, you should see it because it'll be uploaded at the same time as this video as well. Which I think has different players. Not sure, but it should have different players. So hopefully we won't see this sort of one-sided fight again. Although it was interesting to watch him commentate on. It certainly was a bit tricky to commentate on a one-sided battle, to say the least. But I reckon I've done an alright job actually, given the circumstances. So if you have any feedback on that as well, feel free to provide it. I'm still relatively new at this. Well, actually pretty new at this. Only commentate on a few games. So yeah, I suppose it doesn't hurt to hear what others might have to say about the commentaries themselves. So yeah, we'll start commentating on the next game right about, well, given what the time is, let's say in a short while. So yeah, well, in any case, you'll see that video at the same time anyway. So until then, this has been Damien Dvidovic signing off.